like, yo, why split it 3 ways when you can split it one? You don't have to really. And Leo, you know, all that. So he made a business decision there. And I left myself vulnerable because he was my best friend. So like, had I known he could make that move, I would have protected myself from that kind of stuff. But I was like, all right, you got me. But what I didn't like was how they made it like we had a problem with each other because we never did. And I also don't like the fact that nobody ever asked him about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
why do you think that is?
You the one that, when last time you went to Viva?
Never. I mean, me and Jay know each other, but there was never a time.
Did you ever ask him?
No.
What?
I never had that opportunity.
So that's the question you got to ask yourself.
I think he probably. I think he.
So everybody in the press ask yourself.
He might make it a little difficult for people.
Nah. It's no difficult for me. I'm transparent. I can't nothing now. So everybody that does any interviews at all, if the elephant. See, I always address the elephant in the room. So right now, to me, the elephant in the room should be like, how come y'all as press never asked that man, and get the answer. So stop. It's like y'all asked me, but I feel like I'm crying about it like the shit was so long.
No, I feel you.
So it's like, yo, ask him. You know, like why y'all just get his side? Like tell him how he justified what he did. How he justified saying, yo, B, I want to do it and I don't want to do it with them no more. Now, you know, there's no more Rockefeller. And ask all and everybody that you work with why you never you asked anyone that interviewed him why he Martinez, yeah. You know, Charlemagne, you know, anybody that's ever interviewed. You're scared to ask that man that question. Will he not give you an interview if you ask that question at any time? Right? So call somebody out to ask the question that you seen him with.
It's probably...
If you want to know. Because I can't tell you his truth. I can only tell you why. I don't have the answers as to why he did what he did. So I can't give you no answer. You got to ask that man. Yo, I did not know what was going on. Like, I found out things now. I'm like, God damn. Like, you see when I was running around that Def Jam room, I was like, you could have never told me he knew about that meeting. I found out he knew. I ran into Steve Stout the other day. He told me everything. I'm like, damn, God damn. So y'all ask him. I was a fool back then, put it like that. I didn't see a lot of things that were going on. It was more personal than business, and I should have been more business.
I don't do a lot of these kind of interviews. Kudos. You know that, right?
Yeah, neither do I.
And when I had the opportunity to do this, I'm like, because I'm a DJ, but I want to explain something. I break records. I have artists up. We break records. But when I had the opportunity to do this, and it was brought to my attention, I said, yeah, you know what? Dame and I just had a good conversation in Wyoming, a private conversation. I would love to interview him. I don't get the opportunity a lot of times, nor do I want to interview a lot of artists on this level because it's boring to me.
And a lot of artists.
A celebrity, famous people, call it whatever the fuck you want. Because you do have some of that.
Can I just say something about the narrative?
Entrepreneurs.
Can I just say something about the narrative? They keep putting me against somebody that's a rapper. I'm a businessman.
Okay.
Put me up against Leo.
Right.
So
I'm getting to...
It's not a fair fight.
The reason why, if I interviewed Jay, I would ask that in a heartbeat. But a lot of people in the music industry, in the radio industry, probably are exactly that. They're scared to ask him that for fear of what they might not get from him as a radio station, what kind of support. Whereas they'll ask you because they look at it like, what do we need from Dave?
Is that fair?
I know what I need from Dave.
Is that fair reporting?
No,
is that fair reporting?
And I agree.
So just telling me what it is, don't justify it. I don't care what it is. Do what's right by the people, do what you paid for, and ask the questions.
That's right.
Period. That's what y'all get paid to do. So y'all should ask them the right questions. Ask them the elephant in the room. It shouldn't be a negotiation because at the end of the day, people are supposed to be investing in the fact that you guys are telling the truth.
Right.
So if you're not asking that question, that's just like that's like lying to the people. You're only telling them what's going to get you access.
You're only asking the questions that
keep a man in the room. B. That's politics, bro. You don't do that. Hip hop is real. That's the purpose of music. So you can communicate and you can tell your truth in a very respectful way. I ain't disrespecting nobody. I'm just telling them my experience. I'm not calling nobody out. You ask me questions, I'm answering. But I ain't got to hide nothing.
So, I want to talk about...
I asked Biggs about that. Why don't somebody ask Biggs? Like, Biggs is home. Yeah. He's been home for 3 years. He's outside. Nobody asked those questions. You know, I get with Nori, this nigga asks me every question under the sun. He get Leo in the room, he get Biggs in the room, no questions. And that's my man. That's my brother. You know, he get me every day. Like, every now and again, I'll be like, yo, why you know? I don't get it. I don't understand. But y'all can ask these questions because they about the past, so I gotta keep chewing through the past every interview.
Do you think maybe it's because you have a persona that's approachable?
I'm supposed to be approachable. I'm the one supposed to be crazy.
I know.
I'm crazy.
But come on.
And it be the nerdiest motherfuckers that be robbing.
But do you feel like some of these guys and girls, but
I don't even care.
Make it. Well, listen.
I don't have time for that.
Okay. I'm trying to address why these people may not make Nori or Angie or whoever may not ask certain questions to artists? Is it because, to me, it's a compliment to you? Because people feel comfortable.
Let me say this. I only said it to stimulate the conversation. I have no answers. But I just, now that I said it, I called out names. Hopefully now the questions will be asked. That's the only reason why, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, God damn, yo, ask this man every 10 years to say. So ask him, but y'all gotta, my question to y'all is, why don't y'all ask him? And you just answered it, so we can move on.
Cool. If anybody listening to this wants to, if Jay, I'll ask all these questions, Jay. We'll see if we get answers.
Ask him, baby.
Let's talk about Poppington.
Yes, thank you.
Poppington.
I mean, that's my call.
Thank you for the socks.
I appreciate that you're thanking me for that. But you got, it's all good.
You have socks for named after your dog.
Well, my dogs, I love my dogs, and everything I make is usually something real that's from my point of view, and it's a brand that reflects me and my girl, my wifey for life, Raquel Horn. And
I'm opening these socks to see what they have to do with your dog. Oh, I see.
Fetch guy, he likes to play fetch. But I got my other dog, Dusko, Dusko, and then we got CEO, which is the mentality. We got the movie. We make them in North Carolina, the American. I can guarantee you it's going to be the best sock you ever made. But, we also we just launched a cut and sew line, our first cut and sew. And it's the blackout. It's all black fleece. So, you got the crew necks and the hoodies and, basic things that people need with a good cut, a good fit, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's not blanks. We made it here in America. And then we also put like our merch that Kanye designed in DTLR, and we made those because we had to have it in source at a certain price point, but I didn't sacrifice any quality. We made that in Africa. So basically on an independent level, I'm doing everything that everyone else does, make a movie like Disney, get it in the stores, benefit off the ancillary. I can make all the things that everyone else can make, but make it exactly perfect in the way with good material sourcing. I get to do it with my girl, so there's love in everything that we do, and then everything that you're wearing is a reflection of my mentality or something that's real, even down to my liquor. Dusko wine and spirits. I got a Dusko whiskey, and I got a Dusko Blue, which is a Riesling wine.
Wait, before we get into
all independent though.
Where can we get Poppington? Mainly online?
All direct to consumer is the way. Poppington.com. You can go to
Poppington.com.
You get it direct. Like watching the little man sell, so I can sell it right to you. And I don't make a lot of it because I don't want everybody to have it. So we only make like 200 or 300 pieces. Actually, this first one we only did 150 pieces, right? And we probably almost sold out.
Have you helped Ye at all with his fashion stuff?
I mean, we talk. I don't have a direct.
Yeah, but how is y'all's relationship?
It's good. I think he respects me as a person that gives him information, and he respects everything I've done for him. And he makes sure every time I come around that I'm treated a certain way, and I respect that because no one else has done that. But also, he put his name on my movie just so I could get through that screening, and he brought a lot of attention to it. So he's played his part when no one else has. So there's a lot of respect, even with like his wife, because she showed up for things, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of politics there, you know what I mean, that we ain't got to get into. But, above and beyond everything, he's been the only one that made it at that level that's been like, yo, take a picture with me, when no one else has. Not Kevin Hart, not Jay, not nobody.
What do you mean exactly?
Like, let's say I do a movie and I ask Kevin Hart to post it up, he won't do it. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with him. We snap. But, or it just, it's not, you're not owed these things, but it's just like, I would do it, you know what I mean? So it's just curious, like when you finally get to that place where I help you get, why I got to call you to ask you for something you supposed to usually get at. That's what I would do. But it's cool. No problem. We still good. But it's just like, damn, like, when I invest in people, I really think that they're going to invest back and help up. They be the one, just because they don't want to give me my money back.
I think I have the answer, but nobody cares. Because every time I try to tell you, you're like, shut up, Felly, nobody cares. But I'm not. I'm telling you my feelings.
You haven't done that to me.
Yeah, I have. I think the people mistake kindness for weakness. That's what happens. I'm not kind. You don't say, when you say Damon, you don't go, oh, he's kind. No. You say asshole. No.
That's the picture.
I'm talking about to invest money with your boy Lee Daniels.
Yeah, but I still get
But he mistake that kindness for weakness.
So let me ask you this. Why do they I'm the only one that does it, but that's cool. I'm good. My future looks better than my past. Because I'm doing it with my woman, because I'm doing it, I'm healthy, because I'm happy, because I ain't got to fight, because I know my consumer. My life, those are the problems, but in my book, I'm also giving you the solutions. Like, I ain't gonna just sit there and complain about the past. Like, that's like, you know, I'm not that guy that's gonna be like, yo, I was the man in high school, right, and I'm not the man now.
Right.
I'm, you know, we talking about things I did current. This is work I did now. Poppington is now. Those movies.
What was the show? Bundy.
Dame Dash. Yeah, same type.
Al Bundy.
You and then even down to this, right? Like, yo, we getting back in music. My man, me, Cam, and A-Track did something called Federal Reserve. We gonna drop bombs there too. Like, there's a lot of things that we do, but we do it because we love it, not for money, not because we got to be on a schedule. It's because we just like to enjoy, be music, be creative, be independent, and just be cool. Yeah. Like, I don't know why everybody just don't want to be cool. Why everybody want to argue?
You said A-Track?
A-Track, yeah. Oh. A-Track came, I got it. I could play some sneak. I could play something. I play it offline. I got to get permission from A-Track. And also from Camp. You know what I'm saying? And my man Sean Q just passed. Big shout out to Sean Q from the block, 42nd and Lanes. I haven't seen him in 20 years. But
Cam just called.
Huh?
Cam just called.
Cam just called? Oh, damn.
Everybody's mad because he paused everything.
Oh, it's fine.
What she say? Cam just called?
Yeah, me and Cam talk daily. That's my brother. That's my friend. We ain't got to get no money together. We just like to, really like, we just brothers. We from the same blocks. You know, it ain't like a contrived, I only hang out with you when you famous kind of thing. It's a like, yo, regardless to what, we talk every day, we laugh every day, we talk about sports, and we talk about putting our kids through college, or our kids going through high school, like both of our kids just graduated. Like, we celebrate the victories. Like, we get to sit back and really marinate where we came from and where we are now, and what everybody else is doing. Because it's real funny, like 10, 20 years ago, we said certain things would be happening right now. You know, we'd be like, we couldn't. You know what I mean? But it's really funny out there right now. But at the end of the day, yo, we having a good time. And our families have been provided for. And that's all it's about is our kids. Man. And he's a good dad and I'm a good dad. And we have a lot of respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a person I consider my brother, my friend. Anything I need, if I'm short on cash, that's who I'm calling. And it happens. That's the one guy I know I don't feel no way. Like, if I'm short, because I got a lot of businesses. And, you know, you got to pay shit. So you have time in this shit. So if there's a time in the shop, okay, I might send that. No question. Oh man, I was about to buy a Ferrari, but fuck it, I'll send that. And that's what he do. No question.
Cam and I got a little history.
I mean, you in hip hop.
Some of it was good, some of it was bad.
That's all about hip hop, bro. That's called
family.
It
is.
Family is when, you know, you have ups, downs.
No, it's true.
You know, it's because that's the thing is, like, I'll do like a whole lot for a lot of people, and I might make one misconception of a mistake, and everything I did gets washed under the table. Or an opinion. Like, when you got an uncle at the table, and he says something you don't like, and it's really fucked up, and everyone knows he's crazy, he's still your uncle. You still love him. If somebody jumps him, you still gonna take care of him. He go to the hospital, you gonna be there.
That's right.
And that's what we get so petty with each other over minor shit, like talk, not even action. And I'm not gonna do that. You know, we keep each other together. We can have an opinion.
And speaking of brothers,
respect keeps people together, and that's the way.
How's your brother Bobby?
He good. I spoke to him today.
Man, tell Bobby I said what's up, man. I need to talk to Bobby. I haven't talked to him.
I just spoke to him today, right, Bobby? I just spoke to him today. He's booed up.
Oh shit!
He's still making.
Tell him I said what's up, man. I gotta get his number, man.
I'm gonna give it to you right now.
Word.
That's not even a problem. He'll be happy to hear from me.
Dame Dash, ladies. Dame, thank you, bro. It's a pleasure, man. Always talking to you, man. We can talk all day.
Hey, that was it. I thought you.
What you want to do? You want to talk about Governor, the dog? What else?
You want to talk about my movie making music?
Oh yeah. All right. So coming back, we're gonna talk about Dame and his movie ventures.
I'm a director.
Director Dame Dash. Next.
Also, I own a movie studio in Burbank, up the block.
That's next.
Oh, am I telling us where we at? I mean, I'll do that.
It's because at 5 I gotta get in there and
cool.
No. Let's do this. Let's just play music out of the system. Because I do want to talk about the movie stuff. Here we go. Still rolling?
Yep.
Have you been able to play breaks?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop felly. Dame Dash is here. We've talked to Leah. We talked to Little Rockefeller. We've talked about the book. We talked about the money situation with Lee Daniels. But what we haven't talked about is, speaking of Lee Daniels, speaking of movies, a lot of people don't know that Dame Dash is a movie director now.
Well, you know I directed Kevin Hart's first movie.
Man, when it comes to movie stuff, I'm the worst.
I'm going to tell you, it's called Paper Soldiers.
I can tell you about Dumb and Dumber and Friday.
Okay, but you can listen about this, right? I got you.
Come on.
So, I made Paper Soldiers. I directed it. Kevin Hart's in it. Michael Rappaport's in it. Stacey Dash is in it. You know, and this was like 10, 15 years ago. I directed another movie with Kevin Hart in it called Death of a Dynasty. You know, I basically directed, I've directed a lot of movies, you know, but now, you know, I've taken my money, invested in myself, and I directed Honor Up. I just directed The List, starring Brian White and Columbus Short and Claudia Jordan. I just directed another movie called A Shot for Justice, starring Brian White's in it, Angelique Pereira is in it, Columbus Short is in it. You know, I'm making movies. Like, I really have a movie studio. I really have movies that are in the cut. Like, made. They're done. I'm not talking about making them. They're done. I have a streaming service, Dame Dash Studios, just like Netflix, where you could get everything I'm making and just stream it. But no one talks about that as an independent. Like, you know, I don't even know another black or white man that got their own movie studio and their own streaming service and 3 independently funded made movies on deck. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, maybe sometimes I'm doing so much that people can't appreciate it, but also, by the way, everything I'm doing is funded by me. My pocket, the broke one. You know, and that's why. You understand? Because as a creative entrepreneur that doesn't want to take or raise money and that doesn't say things that people want to hear so much, I got to do everything on my own, and that's the life I chose. I'm not complaining. Just pay me what you owe me, and I'm good.
Where do you see yourself with the directing? Is it something you love?
I love it because I can make music. I get to make, you know, visual. It's like when an artist makes a record, that's his catalog. You know, I can't get none of that. When I make a movie, that's
How'd you know
catalog.
you like directing? Did you dabble with it from behind the scenes? And
I directed about 10 movies, bro. Like because I'm a person that micromanages things, and I can do things cheap, so I need to be the plug. So instead of paying somebody as a producer, it seemed like I was doing all the work as a director anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, wait a second, let me figure out how to buy the cameras, because let me figure out how to get it edited, let me figure out how to location, you know, all you gotta know is the lens, good DP, know every motherfucker that's on the set, so you know what, you know, because when you don't have knowledge, people take advantage of that. You pay for not knowing.
Right.
People,
that's real.
on the real, like,
that's the realest shit. Yeah. That's real. You pay for not knowing.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's easy money. And so I go and make an effort to know. And then I know the plug, because if they can do it, I can do it. So that's why I can make the socks. I make motor oil. We make dog shampoo.
You say motor oil?
Yeah. Google it. Everybody Google Dash Motor Oil. You'll see in New York, in Williamsburg, we had a factory. We was making the oil. My son was doing
Philly, why did your car run so good? It's that Dash Motor Oil, baby.
And because it was independently made, we had really good motor oil. It was like the number one seller. Yeah, Google it. Everything I'm talking about, you can see. I had an internet television station in 2009 called Creative Control. I was doing music. I did music. Go to blackrock.com, BLAKROC. I had the number one rock group in the country with the number one artist, rap artist. But I did it independently for the love. I wasn't really trying to step up. You understand what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, I'm a creative. I really learned that I'm more creative than business. But when it comes time to this business, I got to get it done. I got to cut that middleman out because I'm conscious. But also I got morals and principles. I'm conscious of my mistakes, and I don't like to make them twice. And I like people to learn from them as it happens. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. So
that's why the book's here and everything that I'm showing you. Like, as I'm doing it, and every time I take a chance, if I get knocked out, I'm going to get knocked out publicly. I might lose. I don't talk about the fight when it's over. I talk about the fight while I'm doing it. I'm world star all day. You understand? Like, I put my neck on the line every time. I put it all on the line every time publicly. I want you to see it. Because you're going to appreciate it. You're going to learn from it. You might learn and not make the same mistakes I make and get there quicker than me, and then you can help me. But I'm more about love being the currency. You know, I'm not love, because money makes people retarded, Pete. And man created it. But God created love, and that's the ultimate currency. Who got the most love in the bank? Who's laughing the most? Who's having that quality of living? Like, if you got to go and be away from your family to make all your dreams happen, that sounds like a nightmare. I got to make an architect my life where I could be around my woman and my family 24/7 and never have to disrespect my friends to get further. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
No, never apologize, man. I love it.
I'm done. I'm good. I know I took up a lot of time.
No. I still got another question. I got coming up in a second. We're gonna talk about XXX Tentacion. Cool.
Yeah.
Power 106. Here we go. Check 1 2. Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop. Dame Dash is with me. It's been an amazing talk. We got to do this more often.
Yeah, you come down to Dame Dash Studios, we should do a show.
It's down the street.
Right down the street, bro.
Done deal. I never knew you had studios down there. There's a lot of. I never knew you had motor oil.
Dog, I told you I had the studios when I sent you in.
You know how high I was in the shuttle on the way back from the Kanye thing?
Yeah, I was smoking a lot. Was I smoking?
No,
I know I was smoking.
We were smoking ourselves out. You were smoking as well.
Yeah, I was smoking. You know, I was at my stream. I was smoking that King Dusco. I make an OG. I'm launching it in
Right,
Vegas.
of course you do.
Of course I do. I'm about to launch it in LA in hot second.
So, XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you were quoted in saying something around the fact that he's today's Tupac Biggie.
I said to this generation, he's going to be this generation's version of what Tupac was to us.
That when I heard that, it was amazing to me, and I told myself, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to Dame about this," because I guess my question to you would be, how can that be when he didn't have not only the amount of material and I know the amount doesn't matter, it can be quality over quantity, however you want to perceive it, but how can you can compare that kid to Biggie and Tupac when he didn't have the quantity of material, or in some people's opinion, the quality?
I didn't compare them as rappers or lyrically or their impact on the world overall. I said to someone that's 9 or 10 or 13, when Biggie died, that really grew a lot of people up quick because that was someone they loved and then he died. When Pac died, a 13, a 14, and a 15-year-old, you know, they cried. So there's people that are my age when he died or younger. I said this generation that have a connection with him that don't have a connection with Tupac. Nothing to do with the lyrics or the magnitude, just the pain they felt when they left the planet and the effect that it will have on them. So that's all I was saying. I never even really heard so much.
I'm glad you clarified because I
made
was
it
like,
clear when
what?
I said this generation.
I see.
Like so to a 9-year-old. Like have you?
So you're welcome. I clarified that for everybody because there was a lot of people out there.
No, I didn't say. I never said their lyrics were comparable. I just said to a kid that's 14, it's gonna have the same impact to a kid that was 14 when Pac and Biggie died. That's all I was saying. And also the impact was a lot of peace. Because what happened when Pac and Biggie died, hip-hop got sick of violence. And everyone started it, and it was in a place where, you know, it didn't make sense how much we were against each other. Just like it doesn't make sense now what's going on. So it has.
Well, the stuff is ridiculous now.
Well, also there wasn't the internet before, and there wasn't social media.
People are getting smacked up and beat up and robbed and killed over nothing.
So what I was saying is, usually it takes someone that we really love to be taken off this planet for us to appreciate all of our existence. And I think when that kid got taken off this planet, automatically I saw people that were doing a lot of beefing saying, I need to appreciate life.
No, that's real.
And that's exactly the same impact that I saw that Biggie and Pac's death had. And then also, there's been movies made about Pac, and there's been movies made about Biggie. You think there's not going to be movies made?
Oh, for sure.
All right, so that's what I meant. I never said nothing about a lyric, a rhyme, or a body of work, or none of that.
Why are you yelling at me?
Just because the tone and what I'm saying is loud doesn't mean I'm yelling.
Hey, look at Rocky put her camera up like, yeah, he does that to me too.
That's not what
he's not yelling.
That's not what
Yo, love, bro.
Love you, bro.
Love you more. We gotta hang.
Thank you for the platform.
Always.
That's why I said I'll say some shit I haven't said yet. So,
Dame Dash, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
You good?
Yeah.
We good?
I know y'all got a lot of.
Yo, let's take a pic real quick. I gotta get